Video Game Journey decided to ask the question, what if we could surf on sand? And now, 12 years later, 3 consoles pass, and Sword of the Sea is asking an even crazier question. What if we could surf on sand? Huh. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, gaming is truly dead. Even the woke games have run out of ideas.
Shut up! Why are there women talking to me? Is this Battlefield or Bed Bath & Beyond?
I'm just playing. In reality, Sword of the Sea is one of those games that really makes you go, maybe graphics have gotten as good as they need to get. Just maybe. We don't need a PS5 or an Xbox $1,200 for another 5 or 6 years. Maybe. What games are actually lacking is a unique art style to intersect with its gameplay loop and music, making a wholly unique experience. There we go. You see that sentence? That's that A+ in English 102 hitting you. It's hitting you hard right now. And the argument between realism and art style is something that's been going on forever. I could do a whole side tangent about that, but I'm not going to. What I am gonna say though is that Sword of the Sea has a really good art style that will stand the test of time, in my opinion. What I will say is that Sword of the Sea does have a soundtrack that perfectly complements that art style. What I will say is that the gameplay loop in Sword of the Sea perfectly complements both those things at the same time, and they clearly were super well thought out and feed into each other, making a wholly satisfying experience. Say thesis, add details, repeat thesis. This is how we make essays, people. Sword of the Sea is a game that at maximum takes 15 hours to beat, and that's if you truly aspire to do everything and get every unlock and open every chest and open every little thing and explore every little part of the map. And even though it's short, the 5 hours I spent with it were some of the most satisfying gameplay sessions I've had this year. Not only because the game expertly meshes momentum-based movement and tight platforming, making every jump feel fair and controlled, even at higher speeds, but because on top of that, it is a fairly unique story told mostly through non-verbal emotions, environmental storytelling, and tablets that you can find that provide concise exposition that gives you just enough to paint the picture of what's going on, but still leaves a lot to interpretation. And then on top of all of that, of course, we got an art style that's clearly inspired by ancient Egyptian and Babylonian iconography and architecture that later on is fused with more Turkish and Byzantine era architecture, making it one of the most beautiful and aesthetically pleasing games I've ever seen. I mean, just look at it.